Hi guys, today let us do an exercise. In this exercise, we will be creating a resource group and we will also create a storage account. We will put a lock on the resource group and also try to delete the storage account which is inside the resource group and see what will happen if we try and delete the storage account which is there in the resource group. I will not be using the same naming convention as per this document. I will be using my own naming convention. So let us start and create the resource group. So in this exercise, what we will be doing is we will be creating an storage account inside the resource group. We will place this storage account inside a resource group. This resource group, I will call it as RG001 and I will try to put a lock on this resource group. After placing the lock, I will try to delete the storage account which is inside the resource group and see what will happen to the resource. We will create the resource group. Click on the resource group and create. Enter the name for the resource group as RG001 and choose the location as US East. Click on Review and Create. The resource group is getting created. There is another way to create resource group. Simply search for the resource group and you can create the resource group. Click on Create or click on Home and you can search for the resource group. From here, you can create the resource group. So I'll go back to the portal and see what is the status. I will go to the resource group which I have created and select the locks. I will add a lock for this particular resource group. Add lock. I will give the lock name as RG-001-lock. I have two options to select, read only and delete. I will select delete and click OK. Click on the lock and see what is the status of the lock. We can see the lock has been created and the lock is set to delete. If you wanted to change the lock type from read only to delete or delete to read only, you can simply click on edit and you can change the lock type. Now the lock has been set to delete. Let us create a storage account. In the search bar, just search for storage and you will see you can create a storage account. I can create a storage account from here or by selecting the create button in the portal. Enter the details for the storage account. I will choose the resource group RG001 for this storage account. Storage account name should be unique, so use a unique name for the storage account. I will use some random name and see if it is valid. Select the region for this storage account as US East. I will go with the standard, and also for the redundancy I will go with GRS. Standard is the performance type and GRS is geo redundant storage. I will go with GRS. This is just to check what will happen to the storage account. If we try to delete, click on create, and once validation is complete, click on create. The storage account gets created. Yes, the storage account has been created. No, still it is being created. You can check the status in the notification area. Let us see if the storage account is created. Yes, it has been created. If you notice, there is also a lock under the storage account. If you select the lock in the storage account, you can see that this particular lock has inherited the settings from the resource group. Let us move to the diagram and see what has happened to the storage account. The lock which we have applied on the resource group, whatever resources which we will create inside the resource group, these resources will inherit the settings which we have applied at the resource group level. So the lock which we have applied at the resource group has been inherited by the resources. And we know that the storage account we created under the resource group has been inherited. The lock has been inherited by the storage account. Let us try and delete the storage account and see what exactly will happen. When you try to delete the storage account, it clearly says the parent has a lock and this particular storage account has inherited the lock and you will not be able to delete the storage account. Go back to the resource group and try to delete the resource group itself. Let us see whether it will allow me to delete the resource group. Copy the resource group name and paste and try to delete it. Once you click on the delete button, it gets a warning message. There is a warning message and it is not allowing you to delete the resource group. So the resource group cannot be deleted because the resource group itself has a lock. As there is a lock, to not to delete the resource group,